I'm speaking to somebody who went from the state of Ohio to another spot and won a championship after not having much of a chance to win one in Ohio, with all due respect. And Myles Garrett appears to fit that bill right now, trying to find his Rams, trying to find his 2.0, his second team to try and win one. And it seems like the Browns are not interested at all in this scenario. What would you counsel Myles Garrett to do next, Andrew Whitworth?
I think really when you look at these situations, it makes me think a little bit of Carson Palmer as well. You know, you think of in 2011 when he really refused to come back to the Bengals and had said that he just didn't feel like they were ever going to put themselves in a position for him to really have a chance at a Super Bowl. And he refused to go back there. And I think that it's one of those things that if you're going to say that that's it and this is your plan for Myles, he's got to be willing to dig his feet in and just not show up. And an unfortunate, situation there. I hate it when these kind of situations come up because I think at the end of the day, I think Tomlin always says it, you never want prisoners. And so you want volunteers. And so I think that really to me, it's one of those where I think Cleveland's got to be honest with themselves, and I wish this is how it worked, but what we've really provided him and really how things have gone here and decisions that have been made. I can understand an all-world football player saying, hey man, I want the chance to go have success. And again, we have done things that continue to put us in a situation where we're not getting there. So you got to let him go, in my opinion. And what is that compensation? What does it look like? I just think when you do right by people and you're accountable and you say, hey, you know what? We can own up for our end of it. It ends up in a good thing for everybody. And so there's a chance here when you look at the Deshaun Watson situation and really where they're at contractually, unless you think you're a Super Bowl team, which I don't think anybody would say they are, why not use this as an opportunity of how else are we going to improve our roster? How else are we going to get out of the hole we've dug ourselves, but to acquire a lot of draft capital and move on? And so for Myles, I think it's digging your feet in and saying, you know what, if his heart really believes that he needs to go somewhere else and he's not going to be his best self every day showing up bitter in this building, then you know what, go forward with it. And for Cleveland, I think you got to really look at yourself and go, hey, maybe this is the only way we get out of the hole we've dug ourselves, is by trading him, getting some draft capital, and trying to flip this entire thing as fast as possible.
He is the only one on the team you can get multiple ones for. That's for sure.
That's it. And look at their contract situation with the cap and everything else and what they've done with Deshaun's contract. I mean, this may be their only out. And so I know they're saying they don't want to do it, but how else are you going to get this roster back to where it should be? And I think people, honestly, I don't think people will be in arms about it because I think they're going to understand like Myles Garrett's frustration, because I think every Cleveland Brown fan probably has the same exact frustration.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.